Hello, teachers and staff. My name is Ms. Pagan, and I am a remote teacher. I am also a virtual content specialist. In collaboration with the Division of Multilingual Learners, I like to present to you a few tools that can be used to support your English language learners or your multilingual learners. In this lesson, Unit 7, Day 8, with the focus question of how can measurement conversion tables be helpful in solving multiplicative comparison word problems. You will notice in the suggestion slides a few supports for English language learners. First, in slide 3, in the implementation guidance for this lesson, it is suggested to use the 3 reads routine. For that reason, I will be providing a 3 reads graphic, both in Spanish and in English, to support your students as they complete the 3 reads routine or strategy. Also, in slide 7, it is suggested for engaging students with disabilities to create formative assessment opportunities using Padlet. Although this is on the slide for engaging students with disabilities, Padlet is a great resource for supporting English language learners or multilingual learners as well. For that reason, in this video, I will show you a Padlet that I used in my own classroom and how you can post or create in your own Padlet. You will also notice on slide 8 that one of the suggestions to engage multilingual learners is to promote oral discourse through digital tools. Padlet can be used to promote it is a digital tool, better said, that can promote oral discourse. And I will show you how to use the audio recording or the video recording to promote discourse as students post and answer to each other's posts. Finally, in slide 9, you will notice that in the final suggestion or slide, is to provide sentence frames to facilitate the recording of students' responses. In the recording of the student responses, I will place screenshots of each PowerPoint slide. In those PowerPoint slides, the sentence frames, I noticed that, is used frequently to provide support for students to facilitate their own recording of their student responses. First and foremost, I will be providing a Google Jamboard. The reason that I'm providing a Google Jamboard is that in the introduction or launch section, you will notice that students are asked to draw and show their thinking. In the drawing section, the tools of the Google Jamboard, both the pen, the marker, also loading images, or creating a tape diagram with rectangles, as I have done here, a text box and a laser can be very useful to facilitate drawing as they complete the introduction and launch question. You will be, better said, you will be provided this Google Jamboard by simply clicking on the link, clicking on the hyperlink, and you will have your own copy. This can be used as modeling for a synchronous lesson, or placing in your Google Classroom for a student copy, a group copy, or a partnership. I also like to show you a Padlet that I used in my own classroom for this lesson to support students as they have oral discourse. First, I took pictures of each page or a screenshot of each PowerPoint slide. The sequence is the same of the PowerPoint slide, however, it is adapted with just one sequence. You will notice in this lesson that it begins with the 3 reads. After the 3 reads, students are asked to add a drawing, show their thinking, then analyze student work, 2 samples, student A, student B. Compare both student work, and finally, they will go on to the same sequence a second time. 3 reads, share their thinking, their drawing, analyze one student work, a second student sample, compare both. And at the end of the lesson, there is a summarize. For my English language learners, especially my beginning English language learners or entering, emerging, I placed one sequence. You will also notice that there are different forms where students can respond. Let me point your attention to a few ways that students can respond using these digital tools. One, my first column is the introduction or the launch. In this launch section, students can click and the image will become full screen where they can see the launch question and also the questioning of the 3 reads. To support English language learners, I've also created an audio, adapted, and I've slowed the rate of my speech to facilitate hearing of the recording of the 3 reads questioning.
Introduction, launch, question. Beth is allowed 2 hours of TV time each.
I created this audio by simply clicking on the 3 dots. After clicking on the plus, the 3 dots, and then I clicked on the audio. Once I clicked on the audio, I pressed on the microphone and I was able to create an audio of the 3 reads questions and also the number story. Students, after listening to the audio, can now place their own picture. They can place their own picture by clicking on the plus sign, again, the 3 dots, and click on the camera. They can lift up their picture of their work and click on the camera. Now they can post an image of their work. Click Save, and it will be now placed in this column. Students can now share their thinking. They will be asked to share their own thinking and their thinking as they analyze student work A and student work B. You will notice that the directions are to record an audio or a video of their thinking. They can click on the plus sign, click on the 3 dots, and click audio or video in the same way that we created an audio by clicking on the audio and the microphone and then speaking and saving. Or they might select to click on the video. Click on the camera and begin speaking and creating a video. My thinking is that Beth, once they have shared their thinking, they can click playback and save and enter a title of their name. My thinking. Save, and their post will be created of their own thinking. These steps can be done not only to share their thinking, but to analyze student work A and student work B. Please note that as they click on each slide, it will open up full screen. You'll notice sentence stems or questioning that can support English language learners. What do you notice? What do you wonder? What does this make you think about solving multiplicative comparison word problems involving measurement? Teachers and staff, you'll also notice on the final page or summarize column that they can post text as well. At any time, students can post text by simply clicking on the plus sign, writing the title of their name or their own title, and writing something. Once they click and they write something, it's automatically saved into the column. The amazing function is as you enter as a teacher, you can not only post, but you can provide feedback on any of the posts that are present, both audio, video, and text. Finally, teachers, this is one example of how I use a digital discourse tool to support my English language learners. Let me simply point out that you can create your own Padlet in this style, which is shelf or your own style. Once you create the Padlet, just click on the column and label, and then post in the same ways that I showed you. You can click on the 3 dots, upload an image, a screenshot, click and create an audio, use the camera to take a picture of your own sample, create a video of how you would solve, or a screen recording. You'll also notice that there are other functions that connect to the internet, where you can add a link, a YouTube video, an image search, or add a GIF or a web search. Once you've created your Padlet, you simply have to share it with your students by clicking the share button, copying the link, or you can share on your Google Classroom. Again, these are simple support tools that I have created for my own class that can support you as you complete this lesson. A Google Jamboard, a Padlet, and a 3 reads protocol graphic. Finally, this is Ms. Pagan supporting you as you support your students in Unit 7, Day 8. How can measurement conversion tables be helpful in solving multiplicative comparison word problems? Please feel free to comment or post on our YouTube page as we best support you as you support your students.